Zipwake interceptors are amazing systems designed to improve your boat's trim, stability, and fuel efficiency. But like any marine electronic device, they can face occasional issues. Let's quickly go over the most common Zipwake problems and how to fix them, so you can get back to smooth, stress-free boating. Problem number 1. The system won't power on. This usually comes down to loose or corroded cables, a blown inline fuse, or moisture getting into the power module. Start by checking the battery terminals and Zipwake controller connections. Replace any blown fuses, clean up corrosion using contact cleaner, and make sure you've got at least 12 volts at the controller input. Seal any exposed connectors with marine-grade heat shrink and dielectric grease to avoid future moisture damage. Next, what if your interceptors are stuck or unresponsive? This can happen if there's debris like barnacles, mud, or weeds blocking the blades. It could also be a motor jam or calibration issue. The fix? Inspect the interceptors underwater or haul the boat out, clean them thoroughly, power cycle the system, and run a manual movement test from the controller. If needed, perform a software calibration. Still no luck? You might need to replace the interceptor unit. Problem number 3. Interceptors that move in a noisy or jerky way. This is often caused by low battery voltage, CAN bus communication issues, or internal wear and tear. Check your battery voltage. It should be over 12.5 volts when the system is running. Reseat the CAN bus cables and update the controller firmware using the Zipwake USB tool. If you still hear grinding noises, it's a sign that the actuator may be worn out and needs replacement. Fourth, if your Zipwake controller keeps freezing or rebooting, it might be overheating, suffering from firmware bugs, or having poor wiring connections. Make sure it's installed in a well-ventilated area. Download the latest firmware from Zipwake's site and double-check all harness connections. Zip-tie any loose wires to prevent vibration. If issues persist, consider doing a factory reset. And finally, if auto mode isn't working properly, it could be a sensor or configuration issue. Check GPS signal strength in the settings menu. Ensure the boat is moving when running calibration, and recalibrate the pitch and roll settings. Run a diagnostic to see if the sensors are healthy. Auto mode, when set up correctly, can boost fuel efficiency by 10 to 15%. Still have questions? Here are some quick answers. How do you know if your interceptor is broken? It won't respond, might make weird noises, or fail diagnostics. Try a manual activation and inspect for physical damage or debris. Seeing error codes on your controller. It's often due to CAN bus issues, voltage problems, or outdated firmware. Check all connections, update firmware, and recalibrate the system. Want to use different-sized interceptors? You can, as long as each one is properly calibrated. Otherwise, you risk stability issues. Is Zipwake DIY friendly? Absolutely. It comes with clear manuals and intuitive setup menus. But if you're unsure about electrical or trim calibration, get professional help. Why does it beep constantly? Usually because of low voltage, faulty sensors, or incomplete setup. Go to the diagnostics menu to locate the warning. And yes, you can install Zipwake on older boats. Just be sure to check hull shape and transom thickness for compatibility. Final thoughts. Most Zipwake issues are easy to handle if you stay ahead with routine checks, clean installation, and firmware updates.